This is probably the most meaningful picture that we have.
The image Beverly Kiddo still treasures most.
Brandon's in the center.
5 years after the Lake Delton mother lost her son, Brandon Ketchum, to suicide, she vividly recalls the words her Marine said that let her know he was struggling after tours in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Over and over, when he was picking up dead kids' bodies, and he was looking for the IEDs, and when he was picking up these bodies, he would see his cousins' faces in those bodies.
27 News detailed the initial reports after Ketchum sought a fourth inpatient stay for a mental crisis. In July of 2016, the Iowa City VA told Ketchum the unit in which he wanted to be placed was full. Ketchum stormed off. Within hours, he had shot and killed himself.
If you were admitting that you need the help, that takes a lot for a Marine. And then to be told, what does that do to your state of mind?
The following summer, the VA's Inspector General put out its final report on Ketchum's death. It identified some deficiencies in patient care by the system, such as how it documented missed appointments. 4 years later,
we are failing our veterans.
Iowa Congresswoman Cindy Axne drafts a bill this spring aimed at expanding mental health care for rural veterans. The bill was part of a package that Congress overwhelmingly passed and President Biden signed into law. The bill provides 3 years worth of funding to expand rural mental health programs at 3 different VA centers across the country. Those locations have yet to be determined.
The VA staff will all have vehicles, and they see the veterans in the community or at their home, often multiple times each week.
Dr. Clifford Smith is the director of field support for the VA's Suicide Prevention Office.
It was a tragic situation. VA needs to learn from all of those situations and how we can do it better to provide safety, access, and treatment to veterans when they're in need.
As Kiddo waits to see the law actually take effect, she takes pride in remembering the call she got on June 30th.
It said it was Washington, D.C., and so I thought, well, I have to answer. And it was a secretary calling for President Biden and wanted to know if I would like to talk to him. And I said, well, of course.
President Biden had just signed Brandon's bill into law.
It was only about 2 minutes, but, for him to call me, reach out to me, that meant a lot to me. Despite of, politics and everything that's going on.
It was then,
right after we hung up,
Kiddo says she could reflect on her journey, Brandon's journey.
I work at a hair salon, and I went out, and there were other stylists there, and I said, I need your attention. I just got a call from the president.
It is bittersweet for Kiddo, since it's a call that comes after she feels her son's call for help went unanswered. Now, however, his legacy is shining light on a system that needed to do better. In Lake Delton, AJ Bayapur, 27 News.
The bill named after Ketchum will also include a federal investigation into the current state of mental health care access for rural veterans.
Beverly Kiddo is now on the board of a nonprofit group called Ketchum's Got Your Six. It raises money to train service dogs for veterans with PTSD.